Hello YouTube, we're back, so we are gonna start chapter 5. Doo -doo 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 -doo. Well, that moved along a lot. Alright, it's gonna be free day.
Mid-August. It was the peak of summer, and the sweltering sun was beating down on the residents of Trista.
Or is it not?
After returning from Heimdall, we were given a whopping 5-day summer vacation before the school year resumed.
Okay. That's true. Good night, Exie.
Turns out, Thor sticks to its military roots, only granting extended vacations to students over the New Year's holiday. However, nobles are allowed to visit home, ostensibly to give them time to become familiar with their family's holdings. And, as you might expect, that meant most students from classes 1 and 2 spent summer away from Trista.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile, classes 3 through 5 were stuck on campus, envying the nobility as they studied and trained as usual.
Right.
The other members of Class 7 and I chose to stay in Trista as well, facing the heat with our fellow students.
Oh, how nice. Okay. But then what are you going to be doing then? Gonna be free day or what? It's so hot, I'm dying in here. I'm sick of this heat already. Talking about it's just making me feel even hotter. The academy should install a normal air conditioner. At least then it'd be a little easier to cope. An normal air conditioner? What is that? Well, it's a device that blows out cool air to help regulate the room's temperature. Maybe to help if you think of it as the opposite of a stove. Wow, that's some kind of wizardry. Well, it is horrible stuff, right? I've heard of them, but aren't they supposed to be prohibitively expensive? Only the most modern buildings seem to be able to afford them. You have one in your house. Oh, there's one in the Rainford Company corporate headquarters, yeah. It'd be nice my mother could spare one, you know, for the academy. Sits on the board of directors for. Seems a bit much to hope for. It's a military academy, so I doubt we can expect to be indulged quite that much. Still, a machine to help us keep cool in the summer. Whoever first invented that should get a medal. I'll admit, the summer heat here is more difficult to cope with than Needlegram. But as long as I think of it as another part of my training, it doesn't bother me all that much. Of course. Mario Hard gets similar summer heat waves. But there's usually a breeze blowing in from the canyon this time of year. That does make summers a bit easier to manage. My hometown's up in the mountains. It's pretty cool, even around this time of year. Actually, now that you mention it, I would have thought you three would go back home for the summer, being nobles and all. I mean, they're taking one for the team, man. You were given permission, weren't you? If everyone else was going home, I would have considered it. But in the end, I decided against it. I mean, it wasn't all that long ago I got to see Elise. Maybe next year. I came here to train. Until I feel like I've made significant progress, I have no intention of returning home. Some of you saw my father's mansion. Do you think I'd go to a place like that willingly. I'd much rather stay here and take my chances with heat stroke. It's really that uncomfortable at home, huh? Still, hot as it is, there's a lot going on right now. I doubt all the people headed to that conference at the end of the month have much time to be worrying about heat. You make a good point. We're talking about the Western Murray Trade Conference, right? Oh. So that's Crossbell, I'm guessing Erebonia. That's the one we've never been on an international conference on that scale before, at least not in modern times. Mayor Dieter Qua, who also happens to be the International Bank of Crossbell's CEO, was the one who first proposed it. I've heard that Prince Oliver will be attending on behalf of His Majesty the Emperor, and Chancellor Osborne is supposed to be attending too. Seems crazy to think we met them both just a few weeks ago. The Chancellor in particular was a pretty intimidating figure. Seemed like a big, scary monster. I've heard he served in the Imperial Army before becoming a politician. Then 11 years ago, His Majesty entrusted him with the position of Chancellor. Supposedly, a full 70% of the Imperial Army is under his jurisdiction. That's a lot. His real fame comes from establishing most of the nation's railway network centered on the capital. Though he's also been responsible for annexing several small countries and independent states around Erebonia. I believe those all took place without any bloodshed. Though, at least as far as I'm aware. I wouldn't put too much stock in what he's selling. Military spending in this country has increased exponentially since he took up his position as Chancellor. And that's only possible thanks to the tax revenue he gleans from the people of Heimdall and those annexed nations. Well, he was the one who ordered the construction of the 2 railway guns. They've got pointed at Crossbell too. At one point, Erebonia was on the verge of full-scale war with Calvert because of those things. Oh yeah, I heard that it was actually Liberal that proposed a way to avoid armed conflict. They ended up signing the Non-Aggression Pact, right? Yeah, though as I'm sure you noticed, there's still quite a bit of tension between the two countries. I wouldn't be surprised if the issue reared its head again during the trade conference. Yeah, probably. Chancellor Osborne's been a really popular figure in the capital though. Popular enough that he seems to have a group of terrorists after him. Yeah, he does seem to be the Imperial Liberation Front's main target, doesn't he? You know, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator and all that. Indeed, they seem to harbor a deep-seated grudge against him. Their anger seemed a bit unusual in its intensity, didn't it? He does seem like the type who'd make a lot of enemies, especially with a face like that. Well, I'd rather not speak ill of my father's close ally, but... Come to think of it, isn't the instructor awfully late? Well past time for homeroom to start. True, it should have started about 10 minutes ago actually. Oh, I swear, that woman. She'd better not be sleeping off on our hangover back at the dorm. Wouldn't put it past her. I wish I could say there's no way our upstanding instructor would do that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Excuse me? I'll have you know I did no such thing. Today.
Today, at least.
Instructor?
Good morning, instructor. Morning, everyone.
Well, they are pretty chipper.
Anyway, I'll have you know I've got a good reason for being late today.
Doubt.
And that reason is, we're going to be welcoming a new classmate today.
What?
A transfer student at this time of
Nope.
year?
Who's coming in? Oh, there is a spot there.
Seriously?
All right, come on in.
Righto.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware he gets transferred into class
Huh?
7.
Crow?
But isn't he a second-year student?
Someone got thrown back.
I'm Crow Armbrust. Starting today, I'll be joining you fine folks as a member of Class 7.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys.
I guess he did.
What?
He flunked. And got held back half a year, I guess.
Wow.
Are you sure you want to know? It's a long tale fraught with the intrigue of school politics.
I don't think I'd put it quite like that.
School politics.
Back in his first year, he slacked off so much that he ended up failing a few of his classes.
Hmm.
Then he came crying to me in a panic, like, "Oh, help me, Instructor Sarah! They're not gonna let me graduate." So, as a special exception, he's going to be joining us for the next 3 months to pay for his laziness.
You can't be serious.
That's an even more pathetic reason than I was bracing myself for.
Imagine going crying to Sarah.
I think you already know that Crow was one of the trial users for the Arcus test they ran last year. So I thought he might be a good role model for you. In that sense, anyway.
In that sense, anyway.
And don't forget, he'll also be joining us on our future field studies, too.
Nice. Looks like you saved me the trouble of having
No,
to
at least
explain
now
it.
we get 5-5 each side.
Anyway, let's let the good
In
times
terms
roll.
instead of having Green hopping around.
Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right?
That's sweet talking. Especially to you.
Right. Easier said than done, I fear.
If he was any more laid back, he'd be comatose.
Ah, he's amazing.
Instructor, I can't help but notice you left the door open.
Wait, is there someone else too?
Huh?
Huh?
Are you serious?
Oh, I was hoping to catch you off guard.
Damn it.
All right, come on in and say hello.
But is it Angelica? Because I'm pretty sure it ain't George or Toa.
I thought you forgot I was out in the hall.
Oh? Oh, it's Millie.
What?
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 You must be joking.
Ah. You must be joking.
Hey, aren't you?
You're the girl we met in the Nord Highlands.
Mm-hmm.
Yuppers! Long time no see, guys.
Well, that's a surprise.
But I see a couple of you I don't know, so guess I better introduce myself.
Yeah.
I'm Milliam. Milliam Orion. And this here is Eric Getlum. But we'll just call him Lammy for short.
Just call him Lammy. Ah,
What the hell is that?
it's that thing I mean, you have seen something like this before. That has shown it plenty of times.
Holy crap!
It's that thing we saw at Ark's fort.
Yep.
So this is that strange girl you met in the Nord Highlands.
Yep.
Oh, and a little house rule before anything gets blown up. No bringing that thing out in the classroom.
Wow.
If he accidentally smashes a wall or blasts through the ceiling, I'm the one who's gonna get chewed out for it.
So, I don't see a problem with Millie bringing it out.
Boo. Fine.
I really don't see any problem with it.
Anyway. to meet you guys.
Yep, actually too. I was not expecting Millie after Crow.
Tell me you're kidding. Please?
Nope.
I really wish I could.
Well, I can see we're in for some fun times these next 3 months.
Fun, 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 fun! Well, apparently not. Mm-hmm. 3 days went by. At first, no one was sure what to make of Crow, Armbrust, and the Intelligence Division agent William Orion sudden transfer into class. But within a matter of days, it almost felt like they were been there all along. I'm sure none of you need be reminded that it was none other than Emperor Dracos who ended the War of the Lions. But did you know that historical records tell us he had amazingly few soldiers under his command? Initially, his allies numbered only a few confidants and several warriors from north. And while supporters rallied to him in each region, his rank still couldn't hope to compare to the other princes' armies. Nonetheless, they continued to advance, liberating region after region, and after half a year of bloody battles, Prince Dracos met perhaps his most well-known supporter. William, right? Would you happen to know the historical figure to whom I'm referring? Sure do. Leanne Sandlot. Yeah, I figured it was her. Also known as the Lance Maiden. Crow is sleeping in the background. Oh, right you are. Oh, well done. Sandlot was the daughter of a count who ruled over a remote region, and accounts tell us she showed great martial skill from a young age. In particular, her skill with the lance was unparalleled. No records exist of her ever being best in combat. The Lance Maiden also had a group of mighty warriors under her command who fought alongside her in battle. Perhaps you'd like to illuminate us all to the name of this famous band, Reen? I mean, how are we supposed to know this? The group of mighty warriors led by Lance Maiden. That's the... Is it Eisenreiter? Eisenreiter or Stahlreiter? Eisenreiter, also known as the Iron Knights. They're a band of knights said to be able to charge across the battlefield like lightning, cutting down all in their path. Yes, that's correct. Thanks, Heike. Correct, you've done your homework. The Wandering Prince met the Lance Maiden one day during a prolonged conflict in a remote region of the country. After recognizing each other as reliable and trustworthy, they pledged to fight together under a united banner. With the Lance Maiden and their knights bolstering his ranks, Rackle's army swept through one region after another. In just a year, he was able to defeat the other princes and free the imperial capital, Heimdall. As an interesting footnote, the castle that Eisenreiter used as their base of operations 250 years ago so happens to be only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Laura's home in Milgram. Indeed, it's known as Lohengrin Castle. It's a beautiful old building situated in the shore of Lake Evold, west of Legram. Oh, you've mentioned that before. Crow's still sleeping. Does anyone live there now? No, due to the dangerous terrain there, no one goes near it. These days, it exists simply as a relic of a bygone age. The Arcade family is responsible for the care and maintenance of the castle, although really, only minimal work is done. speaking of the Arcade House, wasn't one of your ancestors the Eisenritters second in command? Indeed, the Lance Maiden's most trusted assistant and confidant, from what I understand. Sandlot family line ended with the death of the Lance Maiden. And it's partially because of that the Arcade family mourns her death each year. I see. Oh, what a fascinating story. The Gram, huh? Never had a mission there. I've never been able to go. Maybe should have stopped by when we went to Barryhard a while back. Oh yes, that's a nice thing to mention, Barryhard. You'd think she at least tried to conceal the fact that she gets sent all over the country on secret missions. I know, she totally just let it slip that she was doing something in Barryhard too. Well, I suppose it's better than her being all distant and cagey around us. AP increased by 1. Okay, so tomorrow's a free day. Which means that next Wednesday you'll have your usual practical exam. You'd better all bring your A game. Oh, Milliam and Crow. If you must have instructional materials you guys are going to need as part of Class 7 finally showed up. I'll hand that stuff off to you once you're done. So I want you to come with me to the faculty lounge. Righto. Man, what a drag. Alright, homeroom's out for the day. Flee while you can. Machias, if you do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise. Oh. So, what do you think? Well, I don't think we have to be on our guard around her, at least. Same. Though I'd rather she kept that giant silver thing of hers hidden. I don't think she's a bad girl. I was taking a nap in the courtyard yesterday, and she came and fell asleep next to me. What does that have to do with whether or not she's trustworthy? They look like a couple of kittens all curled up together. Their personalities may be worlds apart, but they're both rather cat-like in their own ways. Can't be more than 12 or 13. So practically a child. Yeah, you're right. She's so chipper all the time, it's hard to really be cold toward her. Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to spurn her. She's got this natural charm, I think. Be that as it may, our presence here reeks of blood and iron, if you take my meaning. Well, it certainly seems that way.
As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance.
There it is. That's the assistance.
I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
Hard to believe a girl like that could be an agent of the intelligence division. But just going off what happened in Nord, there's not much that would make me doubt it now. And then there's that thing at Getlem that's always with her. She calls it Lammy, but aside from its name, we don't really know anything about it. It seems to be made from some strange materials with both metallic and ceramic properties. Hard but pliable. Agreed. Doesn't look like anything you could make even with the most cutting-edge orbital technology. When I touched it, it felt really nice and cold. Oh, so you actually touched it? Hasn't escaped my notice that it seems strikingly similar to the combat shells we fight in our practical exams. I think it's safe to assume that they share some kind of common origin. Yeah. The instructor said she was forced to accept it, though in a sense, Milliam was forced on us too. You're welcome to think what you will, but I don't trust her. Doo-doo-doo. The kids uses, come on. Either way, she's technically our classmate now, like it or not. Maybe a little early to tell whether you can trust her as a friend, but you should be able to figure out pretty quickly whether you can count on her as a member of Class 7. Ah. Well, that's a logical way of breaking it down, at least. You're right. It's still pretty early to make sweeping judgments. Knowing her background would be great, but what's really important is whether we can count on her in a fight. Agreed. As students of a military academy, that's probably the most important issue. We'll have to wait and see. Well, considering we're living in the same dormitory, it'd be good if we all got along. Yeah, I wouldn't want her to think we're trying to make her feel unwelcome either. And then there's Crow. What's it like, Reem? You seem like you get along with him pretty well. If I'd put it quite like that. Let's say describing as a capricious gambling addict, way too prone to end up for every hand. Adius, help us. It sounds like the kind of miscreant one would be better off avoiding. You can count on him when the chips are down, though. He really helped me out last month when Elise went into the old schoolhouse. He's good in a fight and pretty handy with his Arcus too. Maybe you're worrying over nothing then. Still, I'm not really sure how to connect with him, you know? Well, at least we're in separate dorms for the time being. Let's have to see how things go. Are you really, though? That's the question. I mean, I seem to remember there being a couple of free rooms. Okay, so time to go and chat with everybody. Oh.
Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Hmm?
Oh, hi there, Reen.
Oh, it's Toa.
Do you have a moment?
Yep.
Toa? Well, this is a surprise. What can I do for you?
You've got a new student in your class now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, her student notebook is ready, so I figured it'd be best to get it to her as soon as possible. And since you handled it last time, would you mind coming to get it for her?
Sure.
Oh, you're talking about Milliam.
Yep.
Sure thing. I'll come get it right away. You want me to swing by the student council room then?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. Thanks.
She sure doesn't waste any time. I should head on over to the student council room before it gets too late.
Mm-hmm. Cheers quiet around the academy when the nobles are away. But I'm so jealous. I wish the rest of us could go home for a month. I'd be able to beg my parents to take me shopping all the time. Nobles are also lucky. I haven't been to my local shops in forever. I missed all of them. Well, there's still plenty of people in the school, though. Oh, Emma and Eliza. Class 7's a whole lot livelier these days, isn't it? Even putting Crow aside, I never would have expected some girl we met in Nord would become our classmate. Life is full of surprises. Feels like they're already become part of the fabric of our class too. Definitely, I don't think we should have any trouble getting along with them. Well, for now at least. They seem more like responsible adults than any of us. Instructor Sarah included. You think you can look after Milliam? Not a problem. Well, classmates after all, helping each other is what we do. Just let me check something. We don't have them in the party yet. Bro should theoretically be able to take care of himself, but maybe you should ask Milliam how she's doing with classes. I worry that some of the material might be a bit on the difficult side for her. We should all try to help her out. Yeah, theoretically. That air Gatlum of hers is a real mystery though, isn't it? I'm really curious about how it works. Of course you are. I hurt my arm pretty bad last month, so I'm not going to be able to play in the concert tomorrow. Oh, the concert is tomorrow already. I'll just have to leave it in the hands of Elliot and the others. I'm pretty frustrated with myself, but all I can do now is help them out with whatever they need. There's still, I'm pretty sure there's more to this. This whole him getting himself injured. I may not be able to play, but I can still help everybody out. Pretty annoyed myself, but I'll do what I can. Pretty sus. Bit scary that we're gonna have to play without the bell. But even so, I want to give him a performance he can be proud of. If Bell can play, there's only one thing we can do. Put on a show that will blow his socks off. Originally, Bell was going to be our lead violinist. Now though, I'm on the hook for it. I was worried at first since it was so out of the blue, but things seem to be shaping up nicely now. You know, I had my doubts at first, but now I feel like I've made the right decision in choosing this academy. And one way I'll know for sure is if I can help this performance go off without a hitch. That makes me glad to hear. I'll be cheering you on. Oh no, Margarita? Margarita's gone back home for summer vacation. Right, she's noble. I never realized just how quiet this club is without her. It would be so nice to get some new members. Given that it's already August though, it's rather unlikely. My father was persistent in his attempt to convince me to return home. He said that as daughter of Count Haltheim, I have duties to attend to. I, in turn, explained to him that as an instructor, my highest priority is my devotion to my students. I probably won't be able to be quite so selfish once I marry. Wait a minute. The Altheim family is one of the best known families in the Sutherland province. Guess Instructor Mary has more to worry about than I thought. You've made plenty of friends during your time here at Thor's, haven't you, Reem? And not just in your own year either. You forge friendships with second years, instructors, and staff alike. You're the kind of person that people can feel confident placing their trust in. Thank you very much. But when you say it like that, it makes me a little self-conscious. On the contrary, you should be proud. Well then, as one of the instructors tasked with handing out the Lionheart medals this year, I hereby present you with the Medal of Friendship. Okay? Thank you so much, this is a real honor. Other than that, I don't really know what to say. I'm not really used to this sort of thing. Neither am I, to be honest. But I suppose all I can ask is that you continue to deepen your friendships with everyone. I'll be cheering you on as you do. I will, and thank you again. In teaching classes and acting as an advisor for 3 clubs, there's simply no time for me to return home. The Wind Orchestra is performing tomorrow too. The life of an instructor is a fulfilling one indeed. Oh, but that was kinda random. I actually thought that was a side quest. You're Vivi, aren't you? Oh no. Your painting has really been improving, guys. Meanwhile, I've hardly gotten any better. It's all thanks to you and Clara. You guided me along the path I never would have found my way through on my own, and I couldn't be more thankful. Oh please, it all comes down to you working harder than anyone else. Still, Clara's been going full bore for a while now. She's just going to collapse at some point, isn't she? Yeah, still a blank canvas. This annoys me more than it should. Linda and I have really developed our skills by learning from Clara's devotion to the arts. Having improved at all since arriving at Thor's, I owe it all to this club. Ultimately, I'm glad I joined. Lindy and I... Same thing. I've been in top form lately. Might have been in a slump last month, but now I'm back and better than ever. I'll use this momentum to craft some of my greatest work yet. Yeah, it would be nice if you actually managed to chip that stone. Something. At some point in time. Tomorrow's a free day and the art club is closed. Sounds like the perfect recipe for an all-nighter. I'll use this momentum to craft some of my greatest work yet. So now we go down the floor. Now let's see the principal. Principal Osborne was always known to be the bold type during his time in the military. However, he seems to have become even more coercive after becoming a politician. Now that terrorists have begun to pop up, I'm sure he won't hesitate to enforce some strict countermeasures too. I can only hope that no innocents get caught up in it all. He did mention that Principal Van Dyke was his former superior, didn't he? Wonder what caused him to leave the military and become a politician. Chancellor Osborne seems to have become even more coercive after becoming a politician. I can only hope that no... Oh? Oh, Rain, come here a second. I know you've gotten a real air of confidence since you first showed up here at Tours. Huh? Really? I haven't really noticed much of a difference. But maybe it's because of all the difficult opponents we've had to face over the course of the year. Yeah, I've heard you've been through a lot on those field studies or whatever. Gotta give you this to someone, so I figured it might as well be you. I'm in charge of handing out one of the Lionheart medals this year, so yeah. The Medal of Valor. Congrats! Okay. Wow, thank you so much. It's a real honor to be awarded something like this. Well, keep up the good work, I guess. Crow and Angelica got it last year, and to be honest, I think you're on track to accomplish just as much as they did. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but it's going to motivate me to work even harder from now on. Would you be interested in seeing our performance too, Instructor Makarov? I can't believe how much effort Mint's been putting into her practice. Oh, I believe it. It's hard not to when you can hear her flute all the way over in the faculty lounge. Sounds like someone strangling a cat. Oh, his poor niece. Just thinking about it's giving me the headache. Are you alright, Instructor? Hard to believe that Mint's really going to perform in the concert. Kind of a pain, but I probably have to go. I'm supposed to be looking after her after all. Wayne Orchestra will be holding a performance at Chapel in town tomorrow. I'm handing out flyers in the hopes that everyone will come along to see it. Please come along if you have the time too, Reen. Of course. There's only one more day left until the Wayne Orchestra's performance. I'm starting to feel rather nervous about it. Please come along if you have the time. So let's see if we can get any other medal. Now that you have your uniform and equipment, you should be good to go. Thanks, Teach. Good energy, I like it. Still have a hard time wrapping my mind about how someone like you ended up in Iron Blood, though. That boss of yours is a real mystery man. You're pretty mysterious yourself. Seems like your life was really interesting before you started teaching. Now, who could have told you that? Just the girl from the Imperial Intelligence Division. William, let me give you a word of advice. Majesty might have gotten you into this academy, but in my class you're just another student. Just keep that in mind and everything will be gravy, okay? Righto! What do regular student-teacher relationships look like again? I think I've forgotten. Looks like life's about to take a turn for the crazier. I'll keep everyone in class on their toes though. Bring in on the crazy, I say. With the amount of amusement you apparently get from us, maybe we should start charging you. The academy is so awesome. I want to go around and explore. Okay, then go. Explore. Dr. Neidhart's been even busier than usual lately. Leaves me immediately after his classes are done and seems to be contacting someone on a regular basis. Could it be? Does Instructor Neidhart have a secret girlfriend? Maybe. Instructor Neidhart has already gone home for today. Maybe he really does have a secret girlfriend. God. I'm beside myself to know that we have a student who is in danger of being held back. That Crow arm boss is a disgrace. That's why the lower classes are nothing but a liability. Do not realize that these are the types of things which hurt the Academy's reputation? Here to inform me that once we made a special exemption for him, that we made an specialist exception for him once, and only once. With a lot of chances. I can only hope that we never find ourselves in this situation again. Be sure that you don't let him corrupt you. Okay. Prince Shorzer. Seems as though you've been working very hard on your field studies, and even harder than when you helped the student council. I can hardly imagine how many people you've helped tackle their problems, all while showing compassion and honor. As an instructor here at Thor's, you could not have made me prouder. That's very kind of you, but I'm not sure I've done anything someone else in my shoes wouldn't have. To be honest, I think the people I've helped have let me develop as a person, so it's anything but a chore. The more you talk, the more right I know I am. I hereby present you with the Medal of Compassion. Okay. Oh, we're just getting free stuff and free stuff. Miss Herschel won this last year, so you know you're in good company. While this is far from a formal award ceremony, I do hope you'll accept. Even so, this is quite an honor. Of course I'll accept. Thank you very much. Having the ability and the will to help others is a precious thing. I hope that you'll continue to do so as you grow older. Can't believe that terrorists showed up in Heimdall, though it's unlucky that so few people are injured. It's a shame that we live in a world in which such unnecessary violence is so prevalent. Situations like this just make you realize how foolish people can be sometimes. It's been a month already, but the capital is still in a state of unrest. Although I can't say I blame them. No better place to skip class than the infirmary. Okay. Some random fella. How strange. Miriam's documents list her home address as private. Well, I doubt she's involved in anything shady. Probably. Hard to imagine why she'd withhold that information given how young she is. Well, I can't imagine that she'd be involved in anything shady, at least. Well, kinda is. Let me check if there's anyone up here. Nope. Not even Celine. I hear tell that you got yourself involved to that Flame Palace last month. Now, that's an achievement right there. Anyone who's ever voiced their doubts about Class 7 is probably eating their words right about now. What's more, I've heard you've found yourself some new members. Looks like everything is coming up, Class 7. Well, you've earned it. Just keep it up, you hear? Thanks, we will. Saving the princess and getting invited to Flame Palace. That's just downright heroic. Anyone who doubts Class 7 is probably having a change of heart right about now. Okay. That's... Oh. Outside we go. Oh, hey monk. There are new students in Class 7? I smell new material. You might get to hear all about it on the next Abentine. It's hard not to go to this school and not know Crow. But I've never seen that tiny girl before. Maybe it's time to do a bit of research. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Ethel really is gorgeous, isn't she? That body of hers. Like, wow! I just have to get my hands on it. Otherwise, what's the point of even being in this stupid club? Gardening perhaps? Just have to get my hands on Ethel's body, or there's no point in being in this club. The question is, how? I decided not to go home for summer vacation. I couldn't bring myself to leave all the flowers behind after all. These flowers are really coming into their own now too. These flowers are going up quite nicely. could I go home at a time like this? Looks like my plants are growing up pretty well now. You can do it, flowers. They should bloom soon enough. Almost there. Oh, they are these orchids? Not really sure. Oh, Celine. This meow. This goddamn meow. She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. This meow. Bro, what the hell? It is weird. I'll be challenging Elisa tomorrow. Yes, she may have outsprinted me, and indeed she scored better on midterms, but all of that is in the past. Time is now to show her what the great Ferris Floral is truly capable of. Now, I'll be victorious tomorrow, no matter what. Time is now to show her what Ferris Floral truly am capable of. And that's Therese's parents told her to come right home for summer break. Apparently they are none too pleased that she's hanging out with a commoner like me. Sounds like she's got a real tongue lashing for it when they first found out, too. But even after that, she never stopped talking to me. She don't make friends less true as Theresia every day. Today's not even a practice day, but Ferris dragged me out here anyway. Hard to believe this is the same girl who didn't want to bother clean up not too long ago. Emily, let's leave the past in the past where it belongs. Yeah. Painful much? Oh yes, you're here? Mark my words, Milliam has yet to show her true colors. And I have every intention of exposing her true reasons for joining our class. I think maybe you're worrying about it too much. And perhaps you're not worrying enough. Our class is full of good souls far too naive and accepting for their own good. At least one of us needs to look at others with a critical eye, and I happen to make a rather fine skeptic. Yeah, look, Kimi. Well, I suppose having several points of view to consider is a good thing. At least try not to make her feel unwelcome, okay? Bah, fine. I have every intention of exposing her to reasons for joining our class. Only question is whether or not she'll make an easy task. It's a bummer that Lambert and Whitcomb are on a vacation. Horse riding's been getting more and more fun for me lately, so I wanted to get another lesson in. Oh well, I guess I just need to wait until he's back. If you desired, I would be willing to spare the time to teach you. Thanks, but no thanks. You're the last person I'd want help from. Wow. I'm hoping to surpass Uzis eventually. It wouldn't be satisfying to beat an enemy who's helping you out, you know? Have everything. Oh, these two. Still have the summer festival's food stalls on your mind? Nah, that's not it. I've been helping my dad at the Grand Market for years now. The food stalls are like one of the things I live for. So now I'm just like, I want to set one up now. Oh no. Completely forgot, but I actually love food stalls even more than I love working. First multiple jobs, now food stall. You never can tell what she'll do next, can you? Uh-huh. So let's hop into the gymnasium. Like that. Look, Alan, your natural strength is your greatest asset. Patrick's makes up for his lack of it with multiple strikes. If you want to beat him, you gotta find the right moment and take him out in one big powerful strike. Do it like I told you, and things will work out just fine. Got it. Patrick showed up at every single practice since Friedel destroyed him last month. But Alan's not looking too shabby himself. He might even catch up to Patrick before too long. With Patrick gone, I've got the chance to close the skill gap between us. It's gonna be in for a shock the next time we face off. Well, good luck, Howland. Oh yeah, I heard the Wind Orchestra will be holding a concert. Bridget's going... Bridget's going to be one of the performers too, so naturally, I really want to go and watch. Oh, tell me about Bridget. I didn't see her. At first, I was planning on going home like the rest of the upper class students. But then I remembered how bored I got when I did that last year. I guess I'm more suited to staying behind and spending some quality fencing time with the other club members. Got bored pretty quickly. Guess I'd rather spend my break with a sword in my hand. You seem more comfortable with what you're doing now, Monica. Perhaps you should try increasing your distance. That said, there's no need to rush. Your pace should be entirely up to you. I know, one step at a time. Thanks to Laura, I'm slowly getting better and better. Maybe the 50-yard dream isn't as far off as I thought. However much an arch is. Monica has really improved in her swimming lately. She might reach her goal of swimming 50 yards any day now. Okay. So, do we have anyone else over here? Nope. Let's check out the old schoolhouse if there's anyone there. Nope. Nothing here. Oh, engineering. Cool. Oh, hello, Angelica. Hey, Reen. How's Crow fitting in with your class? Perfectly. It's like he's been there since our first day. That's good to hear. Well, make sure you get some use out of him. He might be lazy, but he knows what he's doing when things get serious. I've noticed. Now that we have Milliam to worry about, I'm sure we'll be relying on him quite a bit. Feel free to ask us or Toa if you need anything too. We'll try to help you out however we can. Thanks, I will. Believe it or not, Crow was actually part of the Arcus testing last year. Well, yeah, we know. Should have no problem forming a combat link with him. It'll be pretty useful if you can rig some work out of him. I wonder if there's any game where these four appear. I ended up having to put that suit of armor in storage for now. Mostly because I just wasn't getting anywhere examining it. That's a shame. I was hoping that it would help us crack some of the mysteries surrounding the whole schoolhouse. I'm sorry I wasn't more helpful. I do plan on going back to it now and then, just on the off chance I end up making some progress. In the meantime, though, you might want to keep exploring the old schoolhouse for yourselves. I do plan on getting back to it when... now and then, just on the off chance. Meantime, yeah. Locked. Yep. I'm guessing it's just the library left, and then the student council. We're leaving that for last. Dr. Thomas recommended I read a few history books, and I'm not going to ignore the teacher's advice. Believe it or not, I'm really enjoying them. It's interesting to read about all the struggles people used to go through. Yeah. Dr. Thomas... I can't believe that Terrace showed up in Namedal of all places. Capital isn't terribly far from here either. It sends chills down their spine, doesn't it? Can't imagine there's anything worth attacking here in Trista though. It's so disturbing to think how close the terrorists were. What's missing the people here? Oh, that's a lot of people. I guess all the second years are thinking about what they want to do after they graduate. What will I be doing this time next year? I feel like I'm the only person in the club without a clear-cut goal that they're out to achieve. What will I be doing this time next year? I end up going back home during the summer break. It's great seeing my mom and little siblings. They're all happy and healthy too. I want to make life for them as easy as possible. It's about time I decide what I want to do with mine. The swimming club seems to have found its groove. I think it's time I do the same. I can decide what I want to do with my life to make things easier for my family. I can't believe Crow was to repeat a year. I never saw that coming. But now that I think of it, I do remember a period of time where he skipped most of his classes last year, so... That Crow armburst really is a fool. I have no idea what Toa and Angelica see in him. I really don't. Well... I bet the noble students are kicking back, relaxing in their giant mansions with the cold drinks in their hands right now. Meanwhile, us commoners are all slaving away in this heat. Ugh. The more I think about it, the madder I get. Still, man. If it wasn't for iced tea and other frosted beverages, I'd probably collapse on my way home. I don't know how everyone in the sports clubs can run around in this heat. I really don't. It's hard to believe there was a terrorist attack in AIM though. I won't forget the name Imperial Liberation Front anytime soon, not while my son is over there. Bunch of trouble-making lowlifes, I hope they're arrested soon. Sounds like the capital was in chaos. Bunch of trouble-making lowlifes. My son works over in AIM though, so that terrorist attack had me pretty shaken. Still, he's alright, so that's all that really matters. It's terrifying to think that something like that happened so close to the Imperial Palace. I was pretty shaken when I heard about that terrorist attack. At least my son stay safe. I don't think I'll rest easy until they find the people behind it though. Okay. You're telling me Crow's a first year now? I told him, man. I said, Crow, you need to put more effort in at school or there'll be trouble. But given how much time I spent looking at horse racing magazines with him, I was sending him mixed messages. Nope, it's not my fault that he ended up losing a year like that. That's gonna kill me if it is. Yeah, I need to check something before we go up. Oh no, we cannot leave the academy. That tells me everything I want to know. Oh, hello, Dorothy. I heard that Crow got switched to class 7. It makes you wonder. Wait, don't tell me. He did it for love? Eee, which of the boys could he be gunning for? So many possibilities. I don't even know where to begin with that. Crow must have changed class to be close to his beloved first years. My heart, I can't take it. Yeah, very peculiar. I guess I should like that character. Oh, hello. I'm technically a noble, but nobody's ever asked me to go home for the summer. Not that there would be any point anyway. My dad's always off in his fishing trips and my brother is still over in Crossbow. Might as well stay here. My family was always more concerned with making sure I could fish and making sure I could act like a noble. Not that that's a huge surprise, the Lake Lord family motto is just, one should devote their life to fishing. I probably messed up something with the fishing somewhere. We're having our match with the upper class club tomorrow. This time our club is on the line, we can't afford to lose. Just one more match, Macias. We're winning tomorrow, no matter what. Possible that my father might have had an hand in William joining our class, given that he's on the board of directors. I doubt he knows much more about the intelligence of his plans than we do, though. I think it's likely he helped facilitate their transfer to the academy, at the very least. They seem like they know each other, too. close friendship with the Chancellor may have deeper implications than I thought. That is made, the chess club's upcoming match is my primary focus right now. Pan has become a far better player than when I first met him. I don't want his dedication and effort to go to waste, so I'm planning on going all out tomorrow. Okay. Is Beryl here? There he is. What do you have for us today, Beryl? I stumbled across a note entitled The 7 Mysteries of Thor's Military Academy while I was cleaning. Makes you wonder who could have left it here. There's a rather ominous air about it, does it not? Even stranger, its contents differ from the 7 mysteries I'm familiar with. How intriguing. I mean... You looking for Fidelio? He's gone home for the summer. My job to take care of the club while he's away. Right, I think it's about time to head into town. And waste the opportunity to take some pics of girls enjoying their summer break, right? Yeah, I guess. That's a very Rex thing to do. Well then. I'm sorry to say we're finishing the video here because we've already hit the 1 hour mark. So we'll leave the story bits and free day for tomorrow for the next one. So see you guys later. Bye bye.